You know that feeling, that deep internal shift where suddenly the way you've been living it doesn't quite fit anymore. So many of us go through this, but it's so hard to put a name to it. Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. What it means when your soul starts this quiet, really profound process of rebuilding itself. And it usually starts just like this. It's a feeling that the world's pace, the constant demands, all the noise, the hustle, it's all just suddenly too much. It's too loud, it's too fast, and it feels totally disconnected from this quiet truth that's starting to grow inside of you. And of course, your mind's first reaction, it's probably panic, right? It can feel like you're breaking, like something is just fundamentally wrong with you. But here's the most important thing to get right from the start. This is absolutely not a collapse. Instead, it's a calling. Think of it like a soft but really persistent invitation from deep inside, whispering that it's time. It's time to come home to yourself. This whole thing is a purposeful, almost sacred rearrangement. Okay, so let's dig into this idea of a calling, because it doesn't show up with a bang or a big announcement. It's much more like a mist. It rolls in gently, it's unassuming, but eventually you just can't ignore it. So, what does this actually feel like in your day-to-day life? Well, you might notice you're just slower, more reflective. That old drive you had to perform and achieve, it might start to fade. And in its place, there's this new curiosity about what feels real to you, not what the world expects from you. And this right here is the absolute core message of this whole thing. That feeling like everything is changing, it's not about you falling apart. It's about a quiet, really delicate rebuilding that's happening from the inside out. All right, so what does this inner rebuilding actually look like? Well, I can tell you this, it's almost never what we expect it to be. We're so conditioned to think transformation has to be this huge, dramatic event, right? Like thunder or a big fire. But this kind of work, it's so much quieter. It's more of a subtle reorganization of your inner world. It's about gently loosening those old beliefs about who you thought you were supposed to be. It's sacred, and a lot of it is totally invisible work. And this invisible work is absolutely essential. So when you feel that urge to pull back, to soften up, to just step away from the rush, that's not you being lazy. That is your soul asking for the space it needs to gather itself up again. It's literally recomposing your truth. And believe me, none of this is accidental. Which, of course, brings us to the idea of stillness. And I know, for a lot of us, that can be a really scary concept. But this pause, it is an empty space. It is incredibly powerful. And this is where we see the big conflict, isn't it? Our minds are trained to see stillness as totally unproductive, like we're wasting time or falling behind. But from your soul's perspective, that very same stillness is alignment. It's the sacred space you need to rewrite the inner story for whatever's coming next in your life. So listen, if you're in one of those pauses right now, try to see it for what it truly is. Life is not punishing you with this quiet moment. It is preparing you. It's creating the exact space needed for your next chapter to just breathe its way into existence. Okay, but what about when this whole phase just feels, well, confusing? When clarity feels like it's a million miles away? That in-between space, it has a purpose too, even when we can't see it just yet. So what does it mean when you can feel this deep shift happening inside, but you just can't find the words for it? You can't put a label on it? It doesn't mean you're lost. It just means you're really, truly listening. Because here's a little secret about how this works. Clarity is not the first gift you get in transformation. Nope. Before you get clarity, you get softness. Before you get answers, you get surrender. And before you see a clear path, you just get a willingness to stay open. Your life is actually widening and your mind is just playing catch up, adjusting to a whole new frequency. And after you spend some time in that space of surrender and softness, something really beautiful starts to happen. It's this gentle, quiet return to the person you were before the world told you who you were supposed to be. See, this isn't about becoming some brand new person. It's all about reclaiming the parts of yourself that got left behind along the way. The softness you were told was a weakness, the intuition you learned to second guess and ignore, the dreams you were convinced were impractical. And that is the ultimate destination of that quiet calling we talked about at the beginning. It's not about starting over from scratch. It's a homecoming, a return to your true, unburdened self. So as we start to wrap this up,
If you find yourself in this gentle and, yeah, sometimes confusing season, here are a few powerful reminders to hold on to.
First things first, you are not falling apart. You are reordering. What feels like total chaos is actually a sacred process. Your soul is just putting things back where they belong.
Next up, please let go of that fear that you're being left behind. You are not behind. You are being aligned. You're being perfectly positioned for the truth that's on its way. And finally, let's reframe that feeling of uncertainty. You are not unclear. You are being prepared. You're being made ready for a truth that's so much bigger, so much more spacious, that it just couldn't have fit into your old life. So, the most crucial thing you can do? Just trust the process. This quiet rebuilding, it has an intelligence all its own. Your soul knows exactly what you're ready for, even if your mind hasn't quite caught up yet. And that leaves us with one final, really essential question to take with you. In the stillness, in the quiet moments, what is your soul asking you to return to?